Gregory McPherson was born on March 30, 1960 in Queens, New York, and grew up on Long Island. From a young age, he loved sports, especially football, which led to an impressive career on and off the field. He went to the University of New Haven, where he played college football as a defensive back. His excellent play made him the first All-American football player from the university, paving the way for his future in professional sports during the 1982 NFL Draft. McPherson. He was picked in the 10th round by the Los Angeles Rams but was let go before the season began. He then joined the San Diego Chargers, where he played as a defensive back for 2 seasons and had a successful career in the NFL. McPherson had a tough time with drug addiction, especially to cocaine. This struggle affected both his personal life and his work. In 1984, after going to a Christian church service, he underwent a significant spiritual change and became a born-again Christian. This event marked a turning point in his life. After his retirement from professional football in 1986, McPherson went through an important change in his life. He decided to overcome his addiction and focus on his new faith. He then chose to become a minister, enrolling at Azusa Pacific University to study theology. He completed his master's degree in divinity in 1991. In 1992, he felt a strong desire to share his faith and help others. So he started a non-profit group called Miles Ahead, which focuses on evangelism. The organization focused on reaching out to young people and communities in need, encouraging them to explore faith and make positive life choices. In 2000, McPherson made a big move in his ministry by starting the Rock Church in San Diego, California. The church quickly grew to be one of the largest and most impactful megachurches in the U.S., drawing thousands of visitors each week and strongly emphasizing community service. The Rock Church has started many outreach projects to provide help. McPherson believes the church should take action by helping the poor and supporting social justice efforts. His vision focuses on getting people involved to serve others and show their faith through good deeds. In addition to being a preacher, McPherson is a popular motivational speaker. He has appeared on shows like Good Morning America, Larry King Live, and The O'Reilly Factor, where he talks about faith, leadership, and social issues. Problems. He effectively talks about complicated spiritual and social topics in a way that is interesting and easy to understand, which has earned him respect in both religious and non-religious groups. McPherson is a well-known author who has written many books about meaning, identity, and faith. His books, like Do Something, Make Your Life Count, and God in the Mirror, Discovering Who You Were Created to Be, inspire readers to discover their real purpose and use their abilities to make a positive impact. He has worked in media creation and won an Emmy Award in 2007 for producing Master Math, a documentary that shows the serious personal effects of methamphetamine addiction. McPherson is married to Debbie, and they have 3 children. His younger brother, Don McPherson, had a great football career as a quarterback in the NFL and CFL. Despite facing challenges early on, Miles McPherson has created a legacy of resilience, change, and service. His life. This story is about an NFL player who struggled with addiction but eventually became a pastor of one of the largest churches in America. His journey inspires many through his writing, public speaking, and community service. He encourages people to believe in faith and help make the world a better place. McPherson has dealt with many challenges in his life, like fighting on the football field, battling addiction, and the stress of leading a big church in America, but nothing compared to. One evening, Miles got a phone call that changed his life forever. It was late at night, and it was his younger brother, Don. Don's voice was shaking as he said, "Miles, it's Dad. He's gone." Miles felt frozen. His father, who had always guided, disciplined, and encouraged him, was gone. Memories rushed back to him, rushed through his mind. His father showing him how to throw a football, sitting together after a tough game, offering wisdom when he was lost in his darkest days of addiction. His father had always been his anchor, the person he could always count on for strength and guidance, and now he was gone. As a minister, Miles had helped many people through their grief by talking about God's plan and the promise of eternal life. But now, in his own time of sorrow, he felt completely lost. How could he comfort others when he himself was struggling? His heart was breaking. How could he speak to his congregation about faith when his own was being tested so painfully? His wife Debbie was there for him. She held him close as he sat in their living room, staring into space and unable to talk. "It's okay to grieve, Miles," she whispered. "You don't have to be strong all the time." Their children, seeing their father in pain, tried to help in their own ways, offering hugs, prayers, and quiet moments by his side. The funeral was filled with family. Friends and members of the Rock Church all gathered to honor the life of his father as Miles stood at the podium to deliver the eulogy. He could barely hold back the tears. He spoke of his father's unwavering faith, his wisdom, and the love he had poured into their family. "I know he's in heaven," Miles said, his voice breaking, "but that does make this hurt any less." In the weeks that followed, Miles found himself questioning everything. He continued preaching, but his sermons carried a new depth, a rawness that resonated with his congregation. For the first time, people saw their pastor not just as a leader, but as a man who dealt with the same pain they did. His honesty about his struggles led to something wonderful. Members of his church who had lost parents, spouses, and children began to share their own stories of grief. Together, they found healing. Miles understood that even in his sadness, God was still working through him, not because of his strength, but because he was open about his pain. Sonic Fawn became one of his supporters. Help. The two brothers, who were always very close, relied on each other even more as they talked late into the night. They shared deep conversations about their father, their childhood, and the important lessons he taught them. They laughed about happy memories and cried over their loss. But little by little, they started to heal. Miles also found comfort in his work with the Rock Church. He started a new program to help people who are grieving the loss of loved ones, creating support groups and counseling sessions for them. We should find comfort in each other because we don't have to deal with pain alone. He told his audience that God gave us each other to help us through our sadness. Miles McPherson learned the true meaning of compassion and connection. He realized that being a leader doesn't mean having all the answers. It means being there for others during tough times. Each Sunday, as he spoke to his congregation, he felt that his father's legacy continued. Just in him, but in the endless lives he continued to touch. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. See you in the next video.